Welcome everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. We are doing a endurance race in Interlagos today in Assetto Corsa with the WEC cars. We're gonna do 100 laps tonight, so that should be around 2 hours, maybe a little bit more. I am going to drive the Porsche 919 hybrid, as you can see. And we also got some LMP2 cars and of course the GTE cars. This should be fairly exciting indeed. Looking forward to this race. I've done a lot of testing and it should be a good one, hopefully. We have 29 opponents on track. So I'm running everything on the limit a little bit here. I'm barely reaching 60 FPS, so hopefully no technical issues tonight. Hi Higgs Boson, Mendes, Ricardo, VV Racing, how's it going guys? Yeah, I'll do a little bit of a warm-up before we jump into the race. And yeah, let's do this. So, as you can see, the 919 looking great. Le Mans livery, we're not racing on Le Mans, but regardless, should be nice. Have a bunch of other cars. This is the Toyota, which will be the main opponent. The way I've set it up with the balance of performance you can do in Assetto Corsa or in the content manager. You can restrict cars, which is what I've done, and give them ballast, and also adjust the strength of individual cars and drivers. So I'm hoping to have a great race Porsche against Toyota tonight. We also get some other LMPs, like the Rebellion cars. All the links to the mods I use are in the description. Some of these cars, like the Aston Martin you see here, is from United Racing Designs. And this is of course the Corvette by Kunos and the Ferrari. This is an LMP2 car. This is from United Racing Designs as well. It's called PX Loire. It's sort of like an Oreca car. And I've downloaded some Le Mans skins to go on it. Link for that is also in the description. Hello Gabor, Hawk78. I am going to drive the Porsche, yes. Let's see. We got the Porsche GTE and Ferrari as well. These are all legit Le Mans skins, all available for download on Race Department. Looking pretty. Of course, I'm running the Soul mod as well, so we will see some nice change in the time of day. I've set up the multiplier to 3, and we're gonna start at 2 PM, and so we're simulating a 6-hour race in about 2 hours. And if my math is correct, then we will finish the race at 8 PM track time. And it should be dark by then, so we're gonna race into the darkness here on Interlagos. You can see I've updated some of the banners around the track. It came with like Formula 1 textures, and I've changed those out with some WEC sponsors for more immersion. Looks pretty good. Yeah, the weather is a bit cloudy, but we're not expecting any rain or anything like that. Yeah, the Soul mod is quite performance hungry, I have to say. I'm scratching on the 60 FPS mark. Slightly under 60 FPS in some occasions. I hope the stream will look pretty smooth regardless. But yeah, looking forward to get started. Hey Holger, GT Evo, how's it going? Long time no see. No, this is just single screen 1080p, yeah. The beautiful 4GT also has really nice night lighting with the shader patch. You're gonna see it probably when it gets a little bit darker. But yeah, let's do a couple of laps and see if everything is working. And then we'll jump into the race. I have a setup made, but it's nothing special. I just shortened the gears because there's not many long straights here. We're gonna run it on medium slicks. I have a full tank of fuel. And that's pretty much all I changed. The rest is all default. We're gonna have a pit stop strategy. I think we're gonna need 2 pit stops. But the second one might be a very short one, but we'll see. It's a bit difficult to predict the AI strategy, how many pit stops they are gonna do, so I will just try and kinda match their strategy and come into the pit if they do. That's great to hear, Holger. Hope you will find your passion for sim racing again. Alright, let's do a few laps then. So, let's see here. There we go. So this is a WUC HUD you see here, which is also available on Race Department. Link is also in the description. And we got the score tower on the left, where you can see the different classes as well, color-coded. I really hope the AI won't mess up the race. They're a bit unpredictable. I made a custom AI line for the track because the stock one wasn't that great. But still the AI sometimes is a bit funky, but I hope we will have a good race regardless. And the track, I actually don't remember where I downloaded it, but it's the ACU version of Interlagos. I'm sure you will be able to Google that. It does look epic indeed, Alan. Also, I have now a chat overlay on the screen, which is fantastic. If you follow me on Twitter, I showed an image, so I don't have to look away from the screen anymore. It should be really helpful, especially in online races, competitive racing. I just hope the frame rate will not be too bad. I've got like 59, 56 right now. I've done a lot of research on how to improve the CPU performance of Assetto Corsa. I tried to optimize as much as I could. So yeah, we're gonna do 100 laps, which should be slightly over 2 hours. You see here, AI is not the best, but hopefully they will survive the race. Not all of them will. Hello, Goose Milk. So this car is a hybrid. It has like a kinetic energy recovery system. Soul is actually, they made it work with multiplayer now. There's some instructions on the Soul Discord on how to get that to work, but this is not multiplayer. This is offline race against AI. The AI is set to 100%, so that's the fastest they can go. I've restricted some of the cars for the sake of balance of performance. But the Toyotas, for example, they are running as fast as they can. They are on 100%. Because obviously this version of the 919 didn't actually race against the Toyota, if I'm not mistaken. It's a little bit more modern, a year or two. So so I had to do some balancing to hopefully have a competitive race. Yeah, I have an i7 7700K.
You're currently 7.9 off the leader's pace, E12.
And it's barely running Assetto Corsa with, you know, big car grids and so. And then plus that I also am streaming, so it's very hardcore. Sometimes the frames ditch down to like 40, but I think that's because the AI sometimes is messing up. Yeah, ACTV will also give a slight hit, but I really like how that looks. So I think we should be fine. If the performance decreases dramatically, I guess we can try and disable it. Evening, Racing. Thank you. Really looking forward to this race, and if this is a success, then I'm thinking about doing more of these endurance races in Assetto Corsa with the Soul mod. Because this mod really brings Assetto Corsa to life for things like this, endurance racing. So yeah, I was about to say this car is a hybrid and it has a MGUK, which you can adjust on the fly. It has several different modes, and the higher you go, you can go as high as the hot lap in the MGUK delivery, and that will make your car go really, really fast. But I'll try in the race to not use it too much, or not go too high with the MGUK, because otherwise I'm too fast for the AI. So I'll try to stick to the low preserve and low aggressive modes, and only if you know, we mess up or something happens in the race, I'll use it to close the gaps again. Hey Alan, yeah, I'm looking forward for VLN to start again as well. Test race is, I think, next weekend. It should be good fun. Driving the BMW M6 this time. Yeah, but what I don't understand about this hybrid system is what's stopping me from using the highest MGUK delivery at all times. Yeah, I know Daytona was a bit messy, especially the last lap. I'll try to be more careful today. Daytona was pretty much just for fun. I'm trying to make this race a good one for sure. Oh, AI is so sketchy.
Yellow flag, caution, P9. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
So yeah, I don't understand why I shouldn't just run MGUK at hot lap mode all the time, because it resets every lap, doesn't it? You can see in the HUD in the bottom center, the green bar is showing the hybrid and how much of it is available. But as soon as I cross the finish line, it will just reset to full again. And this is quite a short lap, so I don't quite understand why I shouldn't just go with highest delivery all the time. There must be a catch that I don't know about. I mean, you're charging the battery on while braking, and you are releasing energy on acceleration. That's how it works. That's how this curse kind of works. But you will see now, when I cross the start finish, that this bar just resets again, and I have full power available again. There is a special AI setting in Content Manager, yeah, in the shader configuration. But as far as I could tell, that's only for like track days and stuff like that. So AI spawns randomly just ahead of you. But what I did do is to restrict some of the AIs, and yeah, for balance of performance reasons. So I'm hoping to have a great race in LMP1 against the Toyotas. There's one more Porsche, my teammate, and then we have the Rebellion car and the Bicolis, which are it's not the correct models, I think, but it's just liveries on the United Racing Designs cars. Look pretty good though. I can definitely recommend the United Racing Design mods, even if you have to pay for them. I think they're definitely worth the money. Looking forward for when the BMW M8 is coming out. That's gonna be a great addition to this grid. So you can see now that one of the latest changes in the Soul mod is that the clouds actually cast dynamic shadows. So you can see right now it's a bit dull, it's a bit shadowy, and then the sun will come out again and you'll see more pronounced shadows and stuff like that.
Okay, George, there's a car.
Hello, Arno. Yeah, the D-Droid is a nice car indeed.
That lap was at 129.
I haven't driven it yet, but looks really nice. HUD mod is the WEC HUD. That is the gear indicator in the bottom center. The link for that is in the description. And the score tower on the left, that is ACTV. It's also linked in the description. And the WEC logo, that's just the modified version of the Assetto Corsa logo that is available as an app. And that's pretty much it, isn't it? Yeah. I also have a second page with the Sidekick app, because this app that you see on this page of course doesn't show the tires or the fuel, which obviously is a problem in an endurance race. But we have the crew chief that can tell us this information. And cool thing about crew chief is that you can ask him stuff like, how's my tires?
7.7 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 2.2 off the pace. Sector 2 is 2.5 off the pace.
That was obviously the wrong answer, but he should know about my tires too. How's my fuel?
We think about 66 minutes of fuel remaining. 1.2 litres per lap. Sector 3 is 1.8 seconds off the pace.
How's my tires?
6.5 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is
He didn't get the tires. He usually responds to that as well.
off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.8 off the pace.
Yes, URD did update their cars, some of them at least, not all of them I think. But there's also a mod available on the race department that adds cockpit LED lights and other stuff, I think, for some of the cars. There's so many mods, guys. It's crazy. I've spent so much time trying to get it to this point. Several days of testing. But I'm really happy with the result, and should be a good race, hopefully. Yeah, HUD mod looks awesome. It fits perfectly for WEC.
Sector 2 is 4.4 off the pace.
So I'll just do a few more laps and then we'll actually start the race, because I'm not too confident in the AI qualifying ability. Sometimes even, you know, if you do a full quali, the grid is kind of weird. There's like GTE cars ahead of LMP cars, so we'll just quit out to Content Manager again and start a race session with a predefined grid. And when we do that, I will also show you how I set up the AI. I'm sure it can still be improved, but I'm hoping to see a good race. Okay, crew chief, keep quiet.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Oh, that's Higgs boson. Yeah, the dynamic shadows from the clouds look pretty awesome. Also, I have to check, but it looks like I have dynamic weather enabled because we didn't start out with as many clouds. And now it's a bit more cloudy, which in itself is a cool feature, but currently it switches like there's a hard cut between the sky textures or the cloud textures, which is a little bit immersion breaking, so I don't know if I should run it like that or not. Yeah, the soul mod definitely has changed the Assetto Corsa, and the shader mod too, you know. It looks a lot better with all the lighting effects and stuff. So yeah, kudos to the guys. I think it's Ilya and Peter Bose. Fantastic job, guys. Really, really well done. I think you should come work for Sector 3 Studios. Work on our engine. Also quite impressed with how the AI does in traffic. I mean, it's maybe not as good as Race Room and not as good as a human would do in traffic, but for the most part they're doing pretty good lapping slower cars. The only thing I don't like in Assetto Corsa right now is the collisions, because it can be super tricky sometimes. You touch another car just slightly and it just feels like you're glued to it, and it's very easy to spin like that. Go ahead, race him. I'll start the race I think in about 10 minutes or so. I'll complete this lap and then we'll go out in the content manager and I'll show you my settings, and then we'll start the race. It's gonna be a long race. Nope, Higgs boson. Not really. At least I am not. So I don't know much about GTR 3. No, pretty much the same as you do. Hello, Tim. Man, this car in hot lap configuration is a rocket.
Okay, George, as a car exits in the pits, heads up.
Assetto Corsa doesn't have like a pit limiter, right? And manual slowing down, you can just come into pit at high speed. Buonasera, Real Racing, Virtual GT. Hello, Mancho. Cool. So this was the warm-up session. I'm gonna now head out back into the content manager and we'll load the race. So here we are in content manager. Unfortunately, if I click the various settings here, it doesn't show you the pop-up window, but we have the time multiplier at 3, opponent strength 100%, fuel times 1, and tires as well. The opponent strength is 100, we will do 100 laps. Let me switch over to race. And you can see here on the right the cars. We have Toyota, Porsche, Rebellion, and then a couple of LMP2 cars, and then the rest is GTE. And I'll show you here an image of the configuration. So you can see I have restricted the Porsche because of the opponent strength, which is 100%. I did not restrict the Toyotas because I wanted them to go faster. and then the Rebellion are a bit slower by default, so I didn't have to restrict them as much as the Porsche, but they are restricted as well. So with this configuration, I think the Toyotas and Porsches should be quite equal, and then the Rebellion cars should be slightly behind. The music is not from Content Manager, this is from my stream only. Bump the aggression to 50, I don't know. The AI is doing some funky stuff, and if they're going offline too much, then it's easy for them to crash. But I think I've tested this configuration and it's pretty good, trust me. So if we go further down, you can see the LMP2 cars or Racers. They are just running on everything automatic, strength, aggression, and they are not restricted. And then the GTEs, I have only restricted in strength. And we have the GTE Pro cars that are around 96. And then the GTE AM cars are restricted a little bit more, but only via the strength option. So the GTE Pros will be faster than the GTE AM cars. So I hope this should give us a good race. I've done a couple of tests and was quite happy with how it turned out. So what else is there to say? We're gonna have scattered clouds as weather. Hey, thanks everyone for subscribing. Hope you are enjoying this. Hope we're gonna have a good race tonight. I'm gonna just make double sure that these are actually my settings, because sometimes you have to click again to load it, but it seems fine. We have a starting position at 7. So we're gonna start last in the LMP1 class and then hopefully fight our way to the front. 29 opponents, as we said. I think everything is ready. That's good to hear, Billy. How's it going, man? Right, so let's go. Now I've set up also the automatic scene switcher in OBS, so I don't forget to switch between Content Manager and game all the time. And having the chat on my main screen is also very beneficial, so I don't have to look over to my phone all the time. I have it still running as a backup. Yeah, hopefully the AI won't mess up our race. I hope they don't crash, and I hope they don't crash into me. So then, let's load our setup. Make sure the pit stop strategy is set. Yeah, we're gonna have a full refuel and tire change. Medium compound. I think we're gonna have to do a second pit stop though, but we'll figure that out. I have another setup, another strategy. Oh no, I don't. But let's maybe just do this then, and then yeah, make that a second one and save that. And I think we're ready like this now. As I said, I will try not to use the MG UK too much, because otherwise I'm just too quick, and I don't really see how any downsides to using it really. So I'll try to stay in the lower ranges or lower modes of the MG UK, especially when we hit traffic. I'll lower it so I will not gain too much of an advantage over the AI, because the AI is obviously not as good as a human in lapping cars. And that shall be it. If something happens in the first 10 laps, I might do a restart of the race, but hopefully that won't be necessary. And if something happens later on, I think we'll just continue and I'll try to catch up again. The damage is only set to 25%, so that shouldn't be an issue. Right, I think we're ready. I hope you're ready too, guys. Get your popcorn out, get yourself a drink. It's gonna be a long and hopefully interesting race. Yeah. Do I have to check my... My apps. Okay, dynamic weather is enabled, but let's just do it like this then. We'll take it easy at the start because AI starts a little bit awkward. We're not gonna try and do something here. We also have cold tires. Leave me space, thank you. Right, we survived turn 1, that's already good. Keep me posted.
Acknowledged. I'll keep you up to date.
Alright, focus now. The Toyotas are in the lead, followed by the Porsche and then the Rebellion cars. We are running on MG UK low aggressive, that should be fine for now. We'll adjust it as we see fit. Of course we don't want to make it too easy, but also not too difficult. I'm expecting to lose a little bit in the beginning against the AI, but then catch up in traffic hopefully. Hello Gasper. I should be gaining quite a bit on the straights to, against the Rebellion cars. Maybe not in this MG UK mode. The app on the left, that's ACTV. It's like a broadcasting tool. It looks pretty nice. It also shows the different classes, color-coded. It's not something I would run if I wasn't streaming, but I think for the stream it's really nice. I think we will catch traffic around lap 7. That's where I'll be gaining some time hopefully. But it's a very long race. Let's just try and stay focused. Don't spin or anything like that. And we should be good. Love Interlagos, by the way, it's an awesome track. I hope we can do it for race room sometime. You can see these track banners around the track. I've modified to show some WEC sponsors instead of the F1 sponsors that came with the track. Alright. I'm tempted to go higher on the MG UK, but I know that I will make up time when we hit traffic. Hopefully at least. So I hope the stream is running smooth. I'm just below 60 FPS in game. Also hope that the audio will stay in sync, because with these high CPU scenarios it can sometimes run out of sync.
Cold tires all round.
Well, there's no magic setting, I'm afraid, to not lose FPS. But I've read up a little bit, and there are some suggestions. Like for example, I'm not using the first thread on my CPU. I've also changed in the controller INA. You can change the force feedback to skip steps, so it's not running at 333 Hz. That helps in theory.
Think about the lap times. Just hit each and every apex. Your last lap time was at 125.92. That's your quickest lap in this session, E7.
You know what, let's go a little bit higher on the MG UK so we can close the gap. And then we'll reduce it when we caught up again. Hi Simi. easy to go wide when you increase the MGUK because your braking points change slightly. Also your brake performance, I think, because obviously of the kinetic energy recovery system that uses the brakes to recover energy. Yeah, Content Manager also has some options for CPU and GPU optimizations. I've checked all of those that made sense. I don't know how much they were actually doing. They weren't checked by default, so I don't know, it probably depends on different systems.
Lap time was 124.37 P7.
Hello, Christopher. Trying to not lose too much touch with the AI. Obviously when streaming I'm always going a little bit slower than during my tests because I'm more distracted. Don't want to be too boring for you guys and not say anything. Big luck up. But yeah, closing the gap now. But it's a very long race.
Gap to Ampersand in front is now 3.2.
So yeah, I really want to do more of these endurance races in the future with Assetto Corsa Soul.
Okay, George, keep doing
I think the next one will be Sebring
lap time was 122.72.
in maybe next weekend or so. And I might even do a couple of Sebring streams. WEC is there, but also the IMSA Championship.
It's now 18 seconds.
So, first cars in traffic.
The guy in front is Montiero.
I love this corner. So much fun. Yeah, I've downloaded some DPI skins to go on a different prototype. It's not real DPIs, of course, but they look close enough, I guess. And since I'll be driving a GTE car in the IMSA, they're basically just there as opponents for me, so I'm not actually driving them, even though I would love to drive an actual DPI. But they're not available for Assetto Corsa yet. I know some guys are working on some mods, but they aren't out yet. But in the Sebring race I'm tending towards racing the Ferrari GTE. Not very easy to drive that car. I think it's the mid-engine. But I've done a couple of tests already and I think I can get used to it. Also, I'm not super familiar with Sebring. But the idea is, I think, that we'll do some streams with some slower cars to get familiar with Sebring. And then the highlight will be the IMSA race. And the WEC race too. Because they are both at Sebring in the same weekend this year. Super Sebring. So, I'm trying to really gaining time now in the traffic. Still on P7 though. I hope the leaders are not too far away, but it's still a long race. Stay focused. And if necessary, I'll just increase the MGUK. No, this is not multiplayer, this is single player. But from what I have read, they have Soul now working with multiplayer. So it's only a matter of time until more multiplayer races will be hosted using the Soul mod. I really have to pay attention here, this is getting intense in the traffic. We're gonna take it easy, no need to take any risks at this stage of the race. Man, this is multiclass racing. This is what it's all about. And yeah, all this in combination with the Soul mod, it's a lot of fun. Can definitely recommend checking it out, guys. Whoa, what the frick was that? Timo Bernhard in the Porsche. Quite the aggressive move. Why is he going to pit lane now already? Lap 9. Strange AI. That sucks. Well, the others are still racing, so we'll just continue. Maybe he had damage? That's weird. Didn't look damaged. Yeah, that was rude. Straight up murdered him. Yeah, sometimes AI is doing funky stuff, but for the most part, it's quite okay, I think. Now it gets sketchy again, I don't want to take too much risks. Okay, I just have to go for the inside here. Let that door too open. Yeah, man, this is what it's all about. I wish this was online, it would be even more fun. We're still side by side, aren't we? Enable spotter.
Okay, I'll spot you.
Billy, good old spotter.
Oh, on your right.
Yeah, traffic is so much fun. It is intense though, and sometimes it can get a little bit sketchy.
On your left. You're clear left.
There's a car rejoining in front.
Careful, car on your left. Easy, hold your line. All clear on the left.
That was a
Car on your left. Still there.
Easy, easy,
Clear on the
easy.
left side.
you'll have to increase one car. Keep your
Can't trust that AI.
Your left. Left side. Clear left.
Whew. Intense, intense, but so much fun, guys. Have to be quite conservative because this AI sometimes just closes doors and you don't want that.
Car on your left. Clear left.
Okay, George, you're reeling Montiero in. The gap is 0.6.
Left side. All clear on the left.
We've seen a bit of wear all round.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
Woof. Yeah, this is pretty awesome, Stuart, for sure. Let's see if we can survive the 100 laps, and if the AI survives 100 laps too.
The gap's now 12 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around though. The GT3 car or the GTE cars are running on GT3. That's right. But you know, you can restrict the GT3s, which is what I will do. Oh my god. What I will do for the IMSA Championship.
Clear on your right, or on your right. Hold your line. Clear right.
So you can balance them yourself. Right, time to go in hot lap mode, catch up a little bit. Really can feel the power coming out of the corners in this mode. Blancpain mod for AC called ACC. Yeah, I'll check out ACC again when the next update comes out. Kind of missed the last few updates. I haven't really been bothered to check it out. I hope they get the multiplayer right. But yeah, with AC and Soul,
Right, all clear on the right.
I'm actually there's not much need for ACC right now.
That was 122.50.
Okay, fastest lap now with the high MG UK. Time to close the gap to the guys in front. We got 3 seconds to Montero.
The gap to Montiero ahead is now 2.8 seconds.
Still a very long race ahead. We're gonna race into the darkness, guys. I think towards the end it will be dark. Oh my god. Don't get it on the grass, cause you will slide away right immediately. The rain looks good in ACC though, no doubt about that. And it looks just good in overall. Except that it's a bit blurry, but that has already been mentioned. Biggest problem with ACC is that it doesn't feel quite right to me. Man, I hope I didn't let the guys in front disappear too far into the distance. We are in hot lap mode now, so hopefully we'll catch up again. But yeah, it's a very long race. I'm pretty sure we can still fight for the lead. AC needs not so much polish, but optimization would be the word, I think, in terms of performance,
You're reeling.
more than
Sierra.
anything.
The gap is now 1.1. The lap time was at 123.12.
Car on your left. You're clear left.
Right. Yeah, the stock sounds in Assetto Corsa aren't that great though. Not sure if I'm running a sound mod on this car, but I'm pretty sure I do. It sounds pretty good. For whatever, for that car that it is.
Still there. Careful, car on your left.
Please don't hit me.
Careful, still there. Easy, hold your line. Clear on the left side. Car on your left.
Whew.
All clear on the left.
Yeah, Funsecker always doing great sound work, for sure. Alright, let's go back into a lower MGUK mode.
Right, clear right.
Don't wanna gain too much too quickly. Still wonder why that other 919 was pitting so early, it makes no sense.
We like this. Keep doing it. E5.
Unless he had damage.
On your left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. All right. Clear on your right. On your right. Hold your line. Clear on your right.
A glimpse into the future. Well, the future is now. Hello, no, this is not the real Buemi. This is an offline race against AI. Alright, let's go a little bit more aggressive again. We're gonna have some catching up to do. Especially to the Toyotas, I have no idea how far ahead they are.
You've just done a 126.84.
Locking quite a bit here. How's my tires?
You need to get back on it. We need to find more than a second a lap. Sector 1 is 2.5 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.5 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is a tenth off the pace.
Not what I asked, but okay. How are my tires?
You've got a bit of tyre wear on all your tyres.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But they should be good for the entire stint. We're gonna have to pit for fuel before the tires wear out.
Car on your right. Careful, still there. All clear on the right.
Let's go, baby, let's go. Where's the leader?
P1, 30 seconds ahead.
30 seconds, oh man, we have to
Keep you at
gonna step up our game.
124.54.
Oops. Spinner in turn 1.
Left side. Clear on the left side. Car on
The
your
weird
left.
thing about the AI in the Assetto Corsa also is when they spin out, they'll just stay there for a couple of laps. They're not even trying to rejoin the race. Oh, that Corvette is in trouble. Gosh,
Easy, car on your left. All clear
didn't
on
know
the
if it
left.
was
Car on your left.
gonna come my way or not.
Clear on the left side.
The gap's in.
I'd rather play it
Front
safe.
is 2.8.
Okay, that's Storm right ahead of me. And the Rebellion.
Careful, car on your right. Clear right.
That was risky. We got 3 times time acceleration. So we are simulating the real 6-hour race of Interlagos, and we're doing it in 2 hours. And we started at 2 p.m, which I think will let us finish around 8 p.m. And it's gonna be dark by then, guys. Whew. I think we can still catch up with the Toyotas, I'm confident. Just have to be consistently driving fast laps now. And I just don't know what their strategy is. With the pit stops it's a bit of a gamble. AI is running some weird strategies sometimes. I think the GTE traffic has spread out quite a bit, so they're not losing as much time anymore, although saying that now there's quite a bit of traffic ahead. We also got LMP2 cars in there, I think. Hello, Ralph. The manual boost. Yeah, as I said, I don't quite understand this MGU-K thing yet.
Hold your line. Clear on your right.
I'm just changing between the modes now.
Car right. Still there. Clear on your right. Car on your
Wow.
right. Clear right. Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Sketchy again, but we made it. Here we go. Porsche power on the straights. Going wide. Too much power.
George, come on, track limits.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing with the curse is if I use it too efficiently, I'm too quick for the AI anyway. So I'm playing it conservatively on purpose. Even though right now the gap to the leaders is quite big, so we have to step it up a little bit here. But we are staying out of trouble so far, which is good.
Clear on the right.
Here's the power of the Porsche unleashed.
On your right.
Yes, baby. P4. 13 seconds to P3. Oh, he's coming back on the straights though. You can see that my car is restricted heavily. I've got it restricted by 80 in the content manager.
Car in front of us is stop.
Car right. Clear right. Car on your right.
Nice. Good racing, guys. Good racing. I like this.
Well done, George. Nice move, mate.
Left side. You're
Don't
clear
touch
left.
me. Thank you. Whoa.
It's shaking man
Still there.
Great stream, George. More of this.
All clear.
Thank you so much, Racim, for the support. Appreciate it. I'm glad you like this because there's definitely more of this coming. So subscribe if you haven't yet. We're gonna do Sebring next in WEC and probably IMSA as well, and maybe even some more other classes as a build-up to those races before that. That is probably going to happen next week, and of course Race from VLN are also starting next week, or rather the test season. Yeah, the Alpine looks great.
124,
Alpine livery, yeah.
Great stuff. Keep it coming, mate. P4.
And also hyped for the M8 as well. Maybe I'll shoot the guy a message if I can get a preview to show it off in the Sebring stream, if it's not ready by then.
On your left.
Let's go, let's go.
Car on your left. Clear
Overtaking off track, but we have some catching up to do, guys. So, 22 laps done, that's not even a quarter of the race. And we are on P3, okay, something happened, somebody must have pitted, or no, I just overtook 4th position, right? Yeah.
P3.
on your left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. Easy. Car on your left. Clear left.
Yeah, Zanardi, big fan of him, he's such a legend indeed. Glad for BMW when they won Daytona. Of course, they didn't win it like they wanted to win it. It was all a bit weird in the end, with the race being red flagged and stuff like that. But nonetheless, really happy for BMW. But I think they weren't quite there with the pace though, or overall performance.
Behind is increasing. It's now 1.7.
Careful. Car on your right. Easy. Hold your line. All clear on the right. All right. Clear on your
Well,
right.
we haven't really seen a big crash yet, so quite happy how this race
Careful. Car on your
evolves for now.
right. All right.
Yellow flag.
There's a yellow flag.
Hold your line. Clear right.
Alright, that's one of the Porsche GTs. Spun off in turn 1.
Careful. Car on your left. All clear on the left.
Hey, thank you, Carlos. Most of the driver names, I think, were already in there. I did add driver names for, I think, the Porsches, wasn't it? Yeah. I had to. You can just enter it in Content Manager. It's really cool. If there's a driver name missing, you can just add it and save it. And there's also mods available. I think I've downloaded one for the LMP2 cars that replaces the fictional names with the real names. I don't know if that's for drivers as well, but definitely for the car model and manufacturer and stuff like that. This is already out on console, Assetto Corsa 1. But of course you don't have mods on consoles.
Watch out.
But if you're serious about sim racing, you should be getting a PC. That's the way to go. Where's the leader?
P1. 12 seconds ahead.
Alright, 12 seconds. We're closing the gap as I predicted.
Clear on the left side. On your left.
Let's just not crash now.
Still there. Clear on the left side.
And once we caught up, we're gonna go down on the MG UK again, because with the hot lap mode I'm just too quick.
Car on your right. Clear right. On your right.
And I can't...
Careful, still there. Clear
probably
on
could
your right.
restrict my car even more. But yeah, you could do so much fiddling and testing and tweaking in Assetto Corsa. At some point you just have to go and drive and have some fun.
Okay, George, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up. Yellow flag, caution, P3. That lap was at 126.24.
You see that Porsche GT is just stranded there. It's not going back to the pits, but it's also not trying to rejoin the race.
You're reeling,
But he will disappear eventually.
The gap to Campesan.
Yeah.
Is now 2.1.
Maybe at some point I'll look into some endurance leagues for Assetto Corsa. Would be nice, especially once the Soul mod is fully functional online.
Left side. You're clear left.
Whoops, somebody is in the
Car on your
grass.
left. Clear left.
Okay, that's my teammate that was going into pit lane early. I'm gonna lap him.
Car on your right. All clear on the right.
Yeah, unfortunately race room is not moddable. Or, let's say... Whoa, holy Moses,
On your
dude.
right.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Clear on your right.
That lap was at 124.71.
But yeah, I'm hoping that we're gonna update the tech eventually for race room, and we'll look hopefully similar.
On your right. Clear on your right. Car on your right. Clear right.
Yeah, indeed, Sadless. I don't know what's going on with that guy. Yes, I agree, Race Sim. Love Interlagos. Okay, we're catching. Where's the leader?
P1, 11 seconds ahead.
How's my fuel?
We estimate 24 laps of fuel left, 1.2 litres per lap. Yellow
Yeah.
flag, watch out, we'll need to add 90 litres to get to the end. The lap time was at 123.43.
I don't know about that fuel estimation, because we started with 62 liters and we're gonna pit at basically half time. So we should be good with just one stop if we refuel completely.
On your right.
This is not an online race now, this is a race against AI. But it's a lot of fun, even against AI, I think. They're doing a pretty decent job, for the most part.
Car on your left. All clear on the left.
This 919 Porsche is so easy to drive.
All right. All clear on the right.
Well, you can adjust the cockpit view in Assetto Corsa, and I did that.
Just done at
more like a dash view. But that's how I usually set up my cockpit view. So my in-game steering wheel sort of fits where it belongs. But then again, with a single screen monitor, this cockpit is very hard to see anything, so you kind of have to cheat a little bit and move it to a place where you can actually see where you're going. I'm probably sitting slightly too high, not that much though, I would assume. Yeah, haven't heard anything about Racer and their new title leader, other than they are exploring various different engines. I think they also came to the conclusion that Unreal Engine 4 might not be the best option. Oh, I see the sun is getting lower. And when the sun is going down, it's gonna come down quite fast.
On your right. Clear on your right.
Yellow flag, caution.
Fun Cup for race from. You're talking about that Beetle car, right? That is running the 25-hour races in Belgium.
Car on your right. All clear on the right.
I think it would be a fun car. The Fun Cup. But I think we have other cars that have higher demand in the community that we want to do. Ooh, can't go on the grass here instead of Corsa because that will be an insta spin. Hey, those are the leaders, aren't they? Yeah, the two Toyotas. Look, they are still close to each other. That's awesome. I'm gonna go low on my MG UK now because I don't want to straight overtake them. We have closed the gap. So now we're back in the race here for the lead, guys. I'll go to the lowest MG UK in traffic because that's when I'm gaining the most.
On your right. Clear right.
Yes, I agree, Sightless, but LMP is a dying class, you know. They're gonna be replaced with the, what are they called, hypercars?
127.63.
And unless you meant those cars.
Left side. Clear left.
But they don't exist yet, so we will see.
Ahead is now 1.6 seconds.
Man, I love driving in the traffic like this. I wish I could have more cars, but already with 29 cars I'm on the limit in terms of performance.
Easy. Hold your line.
But at least it's running quite stable at 55 FPS right now. While streaming,
6.0 seconds.
so I'm quite happy with that. Could be worse.
On your right. Clear on your right.
Awesome race him.
Yellow flag.
I've been looking forward to this race for a week now.
01.
Always looking for mods and tweaking the AI. I actually drove a new fast lane here on this track. It seems to be working alright. At least the AI is going quick in every corner, which they weren't in the stock AI. Of course, some incidents here and there, but I don't think that's you can't avoid that with Assetto Corsa or any sim for that matter. But yeah, so far pretty intense race, guys, and we are a third into the race now. Not even half time. Might need to take a pee break at some stage. Yeah, I agree. They're doing all right, the AI. I mean, it took a lot of tweaking and and balancing, but I think I got to a point where you can definitely enjoy racing against them.
The gap to Boemi ahead is now 2.9 seconds. Yellow flag. That lap was at 123.60.
By the way, there's a download link in the description for my grid preset. It's not perfect, but if you wanna try and do the same race, you can do it. Obviously, you will need to download all the cars and skins. But in the preset, you will have the balance of performance that I did, at least in theory.
Car on your left. You're clear left.
Yeah, if you check out at the beginning, I've gone over all the settings that I did, but that doesn't include, for example,
Car on your right.
making a new AI line for the track.
All right. Clear on your right.
But yeah, as I said, you can download the preset.
Yellow flag. That was at 124.26.
And if you have all the content, then you should be able to drive the same race as I do. If you're on my Discord, maybe I'll upload the AI file for the track, which I made with an LMP1 car, and I think it works the best if you drive an AI line with the car that you're trying to race against.
The gap to Boemi.
That's probably the best way to do it. Love how these two Toyotas are still nose to tail after 34 laps, and me right behind them. Let's see when they are pitting the first time. In my test they were pitting around halftime, but then they had a quite short stop, which made no sense to me, because I was refueling my full tank and I lost like 20 seconds in that stop, which makes me think that they are on a two-stop strategy.
Car on your right. Hold your line.
And yeah, the whole strategy thing makes it difficult to race against the AI.
Watch out.
All clear on the right.
I wish I could set the setup and the strategy for the AI. Oi, 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 where are you going?
On your left. Clear left. Car on your left.
Oh my god.
Careful, still there. Clear on the left.
Billy, you said clear left.
Sierra is closing the gap. It's now.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen, but luckily we saved it.
Oh no, George. Track limits. Come on.
So no harm done. That was a big push of adrenaline though. Yeah, I do have a Discord channel. Link is in the description. Should be at least. Not much activity there, but this day and age, there's no reason not to have a Discord channel. I think
Careful, car on your right.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Clear on your
Kevin
right.
Magnussen got the big balls from his father. Looking forward for the F1 season to start again soon. Oh, now my teammate is doing the fastest lap. I don't know what he had for breakfast, Timo. Bernhard. Yeah, the Aston Martin looks sexy as fuck. Something is with that model though. I don't think it looks 100% accurate. It looks a bit off to me, but I might be wrong on that. It just looks a bit weird, but still pretty good though. I mean, love how it looks. It's the car on my thumbnail for a reason.
Yellow flag, caution. That lap time was 125.12.
Look at that Porsche GT. How much longer is he gonna park here in turn 1? Man, Timo Bernhard is now pumping out those lap times.
Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. All clear on the left.
Rush hour in Interlagos.
Easy. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
Need to find a way through that traffic. Wow.
Easy car on your left. Clear left.
Whew, that was intense.
Yellow flag, watch out. That last lap was at 127.75.
On your left. Clear on the left side. Careful, car on your left. Clear left.
Whew. Intense race, guys. Really enjoying this. Hope you do as well, because it's probably gonna be more streams like that coming in the future.
On your right.
If you do enjoy this,
On the right.
I'd appreciate a like on this video. Yeah, there's a bunch of really cool Le Mans skins available on the race department. I'm probably not 100% historically accurate here with the grid, but it's still very immersive. Yeah, sun is getting lower, sun is getting lower. We are 40% into the race. I hope my math wasn't wrong, but I think it's gonna be dark by the end of the race.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Your lap time was 126.90.
Timo Bernhard again with the fast lap. Where is he? On P7.
All right. Clear on your right.
Thank you, Andy. Glad you are enjoying it as much as I do. super fun to drive. Still a long way to go.
Clear on the left side.
Hopefully we can finish. We had a couple of close calls,
On your right.
but so far we managed to keep it on the track. Yeah, I mean, there's the weather effects app where you can
Gap to 109.
create a weather plan, I think.
It's now 9.1. Your last lap time was at 123.36.
I don't know if that's out already. I haven't really looked at it yet in that detail, but
The gap in front is now
it's gonna be awesome to set up your weather plan so it goes from clear to overcast. Fortunately, rain is not really quite there yet. I'm sure they will get there.
Car on your left. All clear on the left. Car on your left.
Who going for the move?
Still there.
He's gonna get caught in traffic now, isn't he? Yeah.
Clear. Clear left.
Who beat 2, baby? But we are in a low MGUK mode right now. Should I let him pass again, or yeah, he's going
Left
for it.
side. Hold your line. You're clear left. Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Nice, nice.
yellow flag. That lap was at 127.32.
Unfortunately, I don't have an app on screen that shows the in-game time. But I have a feeling it's probably around 4 o'clock now in the evening. Well, actually, we can calculate it, right? We started at 2 p.m. and we've probably raced about an hour now. That's 3 hours in-game time, so it should be around 5 p.m. now. So give it a half an hour and it's gonna get super dark. And another half an hour and it's probably night. Yeah, you're probably right, Mendes. Maybe that's why I think that it looks odd.
The gap ahead is now 1.2.
I think that's Nicky Team's car there, the Aston Martin ahead. From 2018, I believe.
Left side. Clear left.
So yeah, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, definitely going to do more endurance races in Assetto Corsa. And the plan right now is to go along kind of with the real events. So obviously, we, as I said before, Sebring will be coming next, but hope to do more IMSA stuff and more WEC stuff as they go down in real life. How's my fuel?
Should be about 7.
wanted to switch to the other page where I have the sidekick on. Press the wrong buttons. There we go. So we can see the fuel and the tire wear here. In the bottom center app, we got 9 liters remaining. So around 7 laps. Let's try and make it to halftime, because then that opens the possibility for a one-stop. I don't think there's any engine mapping in this car where you can go for a lower engine map and thereby consume less fuel. I don't think it is a race sim, no. It's their own engine entirely, as far as I know. Don't know what the engine is called, but
Yellow flag.
it's basically the an evolution or from Netcar Pro. Kunos would probably say that it's completely new, but that's the first game, and it's probably some of that code is still in the Assetto Corsa, I would assume.
All right. Clear right on your right. Clear on your right.
That was risky.
Ahead is now 2.9.
Any of you guys have driven Netcar Pro back then? Back in the days? It was already a very good sim back then. Just didn't have much content and wasn't much of a game. More like a tech demo. And then after that, the Ferrari Driving Academy game came out, which was you could drive the Ferrari F1 and I think other Ferrari cars as well.
Car on your right. All clear on the right.
Yellow flag. Caution. The gap to Montiero behind is now 8.7. That lap was at 123.95.
But that was just a hot lap promo
Left side.
game,
Clear on the left side.
and after that Assetto Corsa came out.
All clear on the right.
Yeah, LFS. Still alive, who would have thought?
Yellow flag. Watch out.
I know, there's still guys releasing mods for Grand Prix Legends. Pretty sure there's still some people playing R Factor 1 as well.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Probably people with not so high-end PCs.
Track limits.
There's a lot of communities there. Lots of mods still.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
But I feel like, oh, that Toyota is going for a risky maneuver there. But he was lucky to stay on track here.
Hold your line. All clear on the left.
Now what? Let's go, let's go.
Car on your left. Easy. Hold your line. You're clear left. Careful, car on your left. All clear on the left.
But yeah, I feel like Assetto Corsa 1 has become the new R Factor 1 in terms of modding community. All the mods that we saw in R Factor 1, they are now on Assetto Corsa. Well, most of them anyway. There's a few mod teams that are R Factor 2 exclusive, like the Enduro Racers, I believe. I don't think they're doing anything for Assetto Corsa. So let's do a few more laps. Sun is getting quite low now.
The gap in front is now 0.9. Yellow flag. Watch out. Okay, George, you've got about 4 laps of fuel left.
Maybe we can follow the Toyota into the pits. He should be pitting now as well, soon I would assume. Yeah, for sure, for sure. They're doing very good work. I haven't really checked out the RSS mods yet, other than the Formula 3, I think it was. But the GT mod seems very high quality, so I'm gonna have to give it a go sometime. It's
Car on your left.
GTA 2 Revival mod.
Still there. Clear on the left side. On your right. Clear on your right.
Holy crap, that was close.
Car on your right. Clear right. Car right. Clear on your right.
Alright then, let's do 1 or 2 more laps before the pit stop.
Yellow flag. 3 laps of fuel remaining. Your last lap time was at 126.66.
But Porsche will be parked here forever in turn 1. Where's the leader?
P1. 10 seconds ahead.
Okay, 10 seconds, that's not too far ahead. We can still close that gap. Let's see what happens in the pit stop, because last time I tested this, the AI was doing a much shorter pit stop, so I'm assuming they are refueling less, which leads me to believe that they will have to do a second pit stop. And this puts us in a weird spot, because I want to just do my strategy and theoretically have the possibility to end it on a 1-stop, but holy shit, dude. What is he doing? Is he going in now? I think he is. We're gonna just follow him. Cool, cool, cool.
When you exit the pits, we should come out into position 3, right in front of Tandy. 2 laps.
Halftime, boys, halftime. Yeah, you see, now he's already leaving and I'm still refueling, but we're gonna have to push till the end now. But they will probably have to do another pit stop. I can't see how else they would finish the race. I might not even be able to finish myself, because we are on lap 49 and we're starting now with a full tank of fuel again. I think I would be able to finish, because we still had some left when we came in.
On your right. Clear right.
Yellow flag. Caution. Exit looks clear.
Car right. Clear on your right.
But I think the AI will definitely need to come in again. So now... yeah, who knows, Mendes, that might be true.
The leader, Wayme, is pitting.
But I'm just put it in hot lap mode now and close the gap, and then we'll see if they pit again, we pit again. But
Easy. Car on your left. Clear
then
left.
we'll definitely have to change our strategy. Don't wanna have a long pit stop again. If anything, I wanna have a short one. You can really feel it's getting sunset soon. Sunset is coming.
Left. On your left. Clear left.
Greedy. He's entering the pits. He's in P24. I think he'll come out just in front of you.
Car on your right. Clear
Let's
on your
go.
right.
What the hell? There's
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
something in this corner that the AI doesn't like.
Yellow flag. Watch out. E6.
Okay, even the rebellion cars are ahead of us now, but they probably still have to pit. So from here on it's just full speed ahead.
Careful. Car on your right. Clear right.
But don't
Left
take
side.
too high risks.
Watch those
Don't want to
track
spin
pits.
out now. I mean, the Toyota went the same distance I did on the full tank of fuel. So I think they'd have the same capacity. Maybe they have a better strategy because maybe they're going for a two-step. Hello, Tom. You can have foul language in crew chief. There's an option for that. So let's see if I can go back to
Okay, George.
page
this car
1.
enters the pits. Heads up. Yellow flag.
Yes.
Caution. That's half distance. We estimate 15 laps of fuel remaining.
How's my fuel?
Should be about 50 laps of fuel remaining. 1.2 litres per lap. We should have
Hello,
just
number
enough fuel to the
13.
end.
All clear on the right.
See, the cruise chief says I'm good with fuel till the end. Okay, the sun is getting really low behind those buildings now. Looking great. You will see the night light effects on this track when it gets dark. It's a pretty nice config. A couple of things that could still be improved, but it looks pretty awesome.
On your right. Still there. Clear on your right.
Yeah, that Porsche is abandoned. Yeah, time to get the shades out.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate. Okay, George, just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. P5. You've just done a 122.67.
Let's see if we can get in the fastest lap of the race. If we don't catch any traffic. Hello, Pedro. Oh, not if we miss the apexes like this. Yeah, when the sun sets, it's setting fast.
Left side. All clear on the left.
I have to turn on the headlights in a moment. You can also you notice these green lights, 3 screen LEDs on the track side. They are the virtual flags. They are working as well. It's awesome stuff. There is one, for example. Look at that beautiful sunset.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Yeah, I think it does race
Yellow
him.
flag, you've just done a 121.70.
I think I've downloaded the config for at least the cockpit illumination. But since I'm sitting so much forward, I don't think you will see much. I think you can see a little bit of blue glow around the edges. It's the golden hour, boys. Actually, a little bit past golden hour already. It's gonna get dark any minute now. It didn't really have a big accident yet. Let's not jinx it, but
On your left. Clear left.
so far so good.
All right. All clear on the right.
Holy shit.
Car exiting pits.
I should have maybe done a pit line for the AI as well. Pushing really hard now.
Car on your left. Clear on the left side.
8 seconds to the guy ahead, if I'm seeing that correctly. Ooh, yellow flag.
Okay, George, the next car is wavy.
You can see now the yellow LEDs on the left. Very nice little feature. Oh, hello. That wasn't an LMP1, was it? No.
Careful, car on your left. All clear on the left.
Nice sunset. This looks so beautiful, guys. Really, really kudos, Peter Bose
Yellow flag, watch out.
and
before.
Ilya. Fantastic work, guys. I think it looks 10 times better than iRacing. Hello, Atom.
18 seconds.
Are we gonna have a permanent yellow flag now here?
Yellow flag, watch
More
out.
stranded cars. Yeah, looks like they ain't going anywhere. I think what you need with Assetto Corsa is a really good CPU. I mean, you're gonna need a good graphics card too, but I have an i7 7700K and a 1080 Ti, and I'm struggling to get 60 FPS in this scenario. Of course, I'm streaming as well, which doesn't help, but
Yellow flag, this is good. Keep banging out them lap times. We're setting the pace. That lap time was 1:22.52.
Car on your left. You're clear left. All right. All clear on the right.
who's the guy in front?
P3, 14 seconds ahead.
14 seconds to P3. But I bet they are gonna pit us. They are gonna pit again. And in theory, I don't think I have to pit again. So I don't know. I said I wanted to follow the strategy of the AI, just so we are all on the same
Leader, Ampersand, is pitting.
conditions.
Montiero is leading the race.
Careful, car on your right. Clear right.
Yeah, that sunset does look great.
Alright, George, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up. Yellow flag, caution. You've just done a 124.35.
Oh my god, big freeze there. I hope the CPU or the PC is not gonna die on me soon. I have the flash mapped, but for some reason it doesn't really flash in this car. Only if I have the headlights turned off it does flash.
The gap's now 0.6.
You
Yellow
see?
flag, watch out.
But if I have the headlights on it doesn't flash. At least not visible for me. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
Easy, car on your left. Clear left.
Wow. Is that the rebellion? I think it is. He was
The leader,
humping
Montiero,
around,
is pitting.
jumping.
Yellow flag, that was 126.23.
Alright, we're on P3. There's a Toyota in the lead, I believe. And that looks like a rebellion on P2. That's the guy ahead of me, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That is a Toyota who is stranded here. Now I see what happened. Oh, well, that's a shame. But we have still one Toyota in the lead. I just don't know about the strategy, but we'll find out. And then there is the other car, the Rebellion, just ahead of me now. Audio is out of sync, yeah, fuck. That can happen, you know, with the CPU
The guy ahead's last lap time is
under heavy load.
7.2. Yellow flag, caution. Nice one, George. This is terrific. Exactly
How
what
bad
you
is it?
needed.
I hope it's not too bad.
The gap to Campesat ahead is now 1.7 seconds.
We can just quickly pause the game. And, well, I don't think there's much we can do. We can try and change some scenes around, but it is probably not gonna help. I could also try to stop the NDI stream for a second and then enable it again, and hopefully it will recover. It sounds risky, but I can try that. Hang on a second, guys. Be right back. Hopefully. Let's see, we are back, aren't we? Yeah. How's the audio, guys? Hopefully it's better. And if not, I don't think there's anything I can do about it, unfortunately. All fine? Yeah, it's fine. Hopefully. Luckily this is an offline race, so we can pause the race and do stuff like this. If it was online, we can't do it. But that's good to know. Then we'll just continue. Let's make sure we are in the right scene. Yes, we are. Gucci, let's go.
Yellow flag, watch out.
I hope it's all good now, again. And if it's not, then hopefully it's not too bad. I think it's just the high CPU load sometimes affecting the NDI system here I have running with the 2PC streaming system. But let's focus on the second half of the race now. Think we can win this, guys.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Holy shit, dude. That was a late braking move by that Porsche GT. He's still running though.
On your right. Clear on your right.
Yeah, night does look very nice indeed.
Yellow flag.
Especially with the tracks that have all the night lights on.
Car on your left. Still there. Clear left. Easy, car on your left. You're clear left. Car on your left. Hold your line.
Now Buemi retired. Hopefully he's gone now from that corner, but he was stranded. Let's see, can we change our strategy? In case we need to do a splash and dash.
Yellow flag.
Don't, thank you. Wow,
Clear right.
I thought he was gonna turn into me.
Left side. Clear left.
Yeah, I've also went in there and increased the
Gap to Ampesa.
night brightness slightly because it was super pitch black in the beginning. Didn't quite feel as natural, but with the increased night brightness, the ambient brightness, it
That was
looks
123.06.
pretty realistic to me. Okay, almost 2/3 done of the race. Let's see if we can catch this rebellion now here.
Careful, car on your right.
Yes.
All clear on the right. Careful, car on your right. Hold your line.
Wow.
Clear on your right. Car on your right. Clear on
That was
your right.
risky.
Careful, car on your left. Clear left.
Yeah, headlights in the mirror look really awesome. Headlight shader in general looks perfect. Alright, we're on P2 now. 8 seconds behind the leader. Definitely doable. all just a matter of cranking up the MGUK and not making a mistake, of course. We still got 33 laps to go. A little less than an hour to go, guys.
Great driving, keep it up. P2.
Six seconds to the leader. I think we can. Yeah, I'll keep the hot lap mode on until we are a couple of seconds behind him,
On your right.
and then I'll lower it again. Yeah, I mean, R52 has rain in addition
On your left. Clear on the left side.
to all the other stuff, and dynamic track surface as well. So I mean, on paper,
Left side.
R52 has all the stuff. It's just not looking so great, unfortunately. But they are working hard on improving that.
Clear on the left side.
I think I've seen new shaders coming out for the GT3s, or was that just for the custom skins? What's up, Bazulokos Games? But give it a few months, guys. I'm sure the modders of the shader patch and Sol, they will have dynamic weather working as well, including rain. Cheers, Sadless. Thanks for watching. See you later.
On your right. Clear right.
I think if I was gonna do an online endurance
Right.
league, I'd probably be in R52 right now,
Easy. Hold your line. Clear on your right.
or race them obviously. But I'm thinking, you know, LMP or prototype kind of cars. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, man. I've taken a little bit of a break earlier this year, or during the winter, but the racing bug has come back full force again. And right now really enjoying this. Thank you, Racing. We dropped behind again a little bit, didn't we? 8 seconds. I think it's going up and down a little bit due to traffic. We are driving still in hot lap mode though, so if we keep doing consistent laps, I think we'll catch up to the leader over the next 10 laps or so. And then we're all set up for the big finale of this race.
All right. All clear on the right.
Your lap time was 122.92. That's the new fastest lap for Ampersand, 121.65.
Wow, it's the guy behind me with the new fastest lap. Yeah, our VLN is gonna be interesting, as always. much more competitive. It's gonna be so much pressure again against Tim Koch and also Yaroslav in the GT3 cars. They are just so damn quick and consistent. But I hope I'll be able to fight for podiums at least throughout the season. And driving on the Nordschleife in race room, always a pleasure. With a good bunch of people and a proven concept that is the race room VLN. The registration for this full season haven't opened yet, by the way, so if you are interested in joining us in a online multi-class endurance racing on the Nordschleife VLN style in race room, then make sure you join the race room VLN Discord. There you will hear it first when the registrations are opened. So far we only gave away a few cockpits to our regular members that have been doing a lot of races with us last season, so we wanted to award them by giving them a cockpit early. So the same thing will apply, of course, this season. If you're doing at least 5 races out of the 7, then you will be a regular, consider them a regular member too. And then hopefully if there's another season next year, you'll get your chance to be in there with a guaranteed cockpit as well. Wow, the guy behind me is really going quick during this phase of the race. He must have a low fuel tank. Come on now.
On your right.
This is my sketchy teammate.
Hold your line. Clear on your right. Careful.
He
Car
has
on your right.
shown a couple of strange moves earlier. Wow,
Clear on your right.
he's faster.
Car on your right. Easy. Hold your line. Hold your line. All clear on the right.
Very late on the brake.
124.
Too late.
Yellow flag. Watch
Over
out.
the grass. Crazy guy. Dude, I'm lapping you. Blue flag, blue flag. Understood, you confirm you understood the message.
On your right. Clear right.
This is way too risky. Come on, Porsche Motorsport, say something. Appreciate it, Mark. Glad you enjoy the races with me and Yaroslav. I certainly do so as well. He's a great guy, great driver. Always fair, always competitive, and always a good attitude. Love racing against him, even though he's slightly quicker than I am in most of the time. Okay, the gap is pretty consistent to the leader and I'm in hot lap mode. Wow, I'll have to really push hard now,
All right.
but we still have 30 laps to go. Braking a bit late here.
All right. All clear on the right.
Man, this chat app on top of the gameplay is helping me so much.
Careful. Car on your left. Clear left.
I don't have to constantly look on my phone to check the chat. Why haven't I done this earlier? Hopefully that will improve my consistency and my performance in online races, because it can get really distracting reading chat if you're in a super intense and competitive online race. absolutely race him. That mobile, it's what is it now? 3-4 years old. It's really starting to act up sometimes. So I reckon it's about 6 or 7 p.m. in game now. Probably like 6, 6:30. And the night lights are starting to show. But it's gonna get much more dark in a few minutes. So the gap is now 6 seconds to the leader.
Left side. Still there. All clear on the left.
I hope the leader doesn't pit again, because then I don't know what to do. Then I'll probably have to pit again as well, just to make the race more interesting. And we're gonna do a splash and dash, just refuel 10 liters or so.
New fastest lap for Camp SM 121.41.
Left side. Clear on the left side.
Ooh, tons of traffic ahead. This is my chance. But I can't take
On your left.
high risks.
On your left.
That was already risky.
Careful, still there. Clear left. Easy car on your left. All clear on the left. Car on your left. Careful, still there. Clear left. Car on your left. Clear left.
Nice.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
Didn't lose too much in traffic. Watkins Glen is really nice. Yeah, I briefly checked out the track. It looks really good. Probably gonna do an endurance IMSA race on that track at some point this season. I kind of went over all the calendars of the main series and already set a goal to stay with the calendar.
Clear on your right.
We're gonna do some IMSA races, some WEC races, and probably some Asian Le Mans as well.
On your left. Clear on the left side.
And then we're gonna do some
Watch those track limits or we'll
out of season races as well. Like Interlagos wasn't in the WEC calendar in the last few years. I think the last race there was 2014 or 15. So since there's nothing else going on, I figured I'll do a race here. I also definitely want to do a race in Bahrain, WEC style. That's also quite a beautiful track at night. But for the most part, we'll try and redo some of the real races this season. And I hope they all turn out as nice as this one. I've been quite enjoying this race so far, and it's only 26 laps left? 27? Only 6 seconds behind the leader. Man, I can't talk anymore. Yeah, now the track is really coming alive with the lightings. Also had to tweak some stuff in here. Some of the lights didn't really look that great.
Left side. Clear
Like on the horizon, there's a strip of lights that looked super weird. I had to disable that one.
Still there.
Don't hit me! Whoa, that was tight. There was contact. Luckily, it wasn't one of those contacts that immediately sends you around. Hello Rogermania, hello to Sao Paulo. Beautiful track you have there.
Clear on the right.
That lap time was 1:24.00.
That gap is quite consistent to the guy in front, but I think slowly but surely we're catching. I think the race had a pretty nice, how do you say, script or story in it. We're 74 laps in, we're still fighting for the lead. I think it was definitely worth testing and balancing the AI and restricting the AI. Guess it worked out pretty well. The only issue is the pit stop situation. I'll have to look into it more deeply. Maybe you can give the setup, the AI a setup, assign them a setup and strategy. Yeah, and before you know it, it's dark. It's almost nighttime now. .9 down to the leader. Yeah, I don't know about the strategy either. There's gotta be a way. I mean, the strategy is part of the setup, right? If you save a setup, the strategy is saved with the setup. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you can assign the AI a setup file. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm confusing it with R Factor, because it worked back then in R Factor. Ooh, that was a late break. It's weird that this car doesn't have any ABS. It has so much other systems, but no ABS. So you can see a little bit of blue LED light in my cockpit, but I'm sitting, my cockpit position doesn't really show the cockpit, so you don't see it as much, but I like this kind of cockpit view for when I'm driving.
Easy, car on your left. Clear left. Left side. All clear on the left.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea what could be done to adjust the AI pit strategy, but let's not talk too early, because maybe he won't pit the leader again, and then it would have worked out pretty nicely in the end. I don't know. Yeah, he has done one pit stop so far, right? Yeah. but I think he'll come in just before the end.
423.76. Fastest
At
lap
least
for
that's when they did their
Uzbekistan,
first pit stop.
421.35.
Who knows? It feels like I really have to push though if I wanna win this race.
On your right. Clear right.
I am already pushing quite hard. Driving on the limit here of what I can do. That was a good lap though, come on. Could it be the fastest lap of the race? Probably not. I was braking a little bit too late for turn 1.
On your left. You're clear left.
But we are down to 4.3 seconds now. Yeah, it's not fully night yet. It's gonna get much more darker.
On your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
I think I can see the leader already ahead of me now.
Still there. Clear on the left side. Left side. Clear left.
I think once we caught up, I'll reduce the MG UK down to like high preserve, and then we'll
Right. All clear on the right.
push until the end. 20 laps to go, 22. We're down to 2.1 second now.
That lap time was 124.86.
Easy car on your left.
Really happy with my performance as well. Haven't really done any mistake. I remember one situation where I almost spun, but that was it. I had saved that one, luckily. Yeah, in race room so far we have an LMP1, it's an Audi. But it's quite old, from 2011. But it's also a lot of fun to drive though. Super high downforce.
Car on your left. Easy. Hold your line.
Don't, thank
Clear
you.
on the left
Wow.
side.
Sketchy.
Car on your right. Clear on your right.
It is racing, it is. But I had a big cup of coffee before the race, so it's all good. Nice starry night.
That lap time was 124.43.
I think in the latest version of the Soul, or somewhere on the Soul Discord, you can download an even higher resolution sky map. Goes up to 12K, I think. Maybe I should try it sometime, if my system can handle it. But I mean, looks pretty awesome as it is. Even though I feel like the stars are a little bit too large in size, but can only go as high in texture resolution. And I think they even go as far as to have a correct representation of the solar system and star alignment depending on your location and date. If that's true, that's pretty awesome. Not something you would ever notice. Hello, we are now right behind the leader. So I'm gonna reduce the MGUK to something lower because we don't want to just
Car on your left. All clear on
boost by him.
left side. Clear left.
Please don't crash now, Kunimoto. Whoa, dude. He's still going, luckily.
On your right.
I think if we set it to high preserve, we should be fairly up to speed with the guy. And then when we hit traffic, I can always lower the MGUK. Well, my graphics card has what, 11 gigabytes, or was it 12 of video RAM? So I'm not so worried about VRAM. That's the least of my issues. CPU is the main thing with Assetto Corsa, and also with streaming, of course. Ooh. That was a Porsche GT, wasn't it? That just retired there. Missed that corner. Well, if you think about it, it's actually not that hard to do. If you have a accurate image of the sky, of the night sky, and you know where north is, and you can, and you have the date of the year, then it's basically just simple math. But of course, I love that they went into that much detail. That is a fantastic detail. At the end of the day, we're still just talking about a texture that is just displayed a certain way. It's not like there are individual stars that need to be simulated. But great attention to detail, of course, for sure. As with everything these guys are releasing. I have a dedicated streaming PC, but even the problem is that I have still OBS running in the background, and even if OBS is not doing the encoding,
You've just done a 122.
it's still using up to 5% of CPU, which isn't much, but if you're on the limit like that, it can make the difference. I don't know which setting I should put my MGU in to have the most competitive race here.
Alright, clear on your right.
It's also much depending on traffic. But I'm gonna go with high preserve. You know what, I'll bet the AI will pit a couple of laps before the finish again. And then I have two options. Either I'll just finish the race and win the race, or I'll come in as well, but then I don't know how much to refuel and how long to stay in the pit lane. We could just simulate a splash and dash, which I think is what we have done here with this preset. Let's put in 7 liters for 5 laps as an optional splash and dash towards the end, even if we don't need it. How is my fuel?
We think about 15 laps laps remaining on this tank.
15
1.2
laps.
litres per lap. We'll need to
It's
add
close.
2 litres to get to the end of the race.
Ah, we do now. Wow. Seriously. You couldn't have written a better storyline for this race. That was another freeze. I hope the audio is still in sync, guys. If not, let me know and I'll do the same as I did before
George.
and restart OBS here on this gaming PC. Wait, don't spin over the grass. Shit, that was not good. Oh my god, lost P2. Oh man, it's all falling apart now, guys.
Driver in front of us is Campesan.
Time to go back into hot lap mode. More coffee, yeah. More battery and power. That helps. This Rebellion is fast on the straight though. You'll see him fly by again on my right side now. Yeah. That's because I've restricted my car to be overall competitive. But look at that MGU power there.
Careful, car on your right.
Don't hit me, thank you.
You're on your right. On your right. On your right.
Brilliant. Nice one.
Oh man, that was risky. Thank you, number 13. You're missing the grand finale. It's about to get real here.
Left side. Still there. Clear on the left side.
4 seconds to the leader. It sounds like we have to pit again, but so has he done, for sure. How's my fuel?
We think about 14 laps of fuel left, 1.2 litres per lap. We think we'll need to add 3 litres to reach the end.
3 liters, man.
All right. Clear on your right. On your left. All clear on the left.
Maybe if I just short shift and coast a little bit, we could make it till the end. Just, I don't know if the AI is gonna pit or not. Hello, Volker. Ah, there is the leader. I'm gonna try and stay close to him now and see if he comes in, then I'll come in too, and if he doesn't, well, I guess I have to come in. I'm gonna short shift a little bit now. And coast some. Let the battery do the work. Yeah, man.
Your right. Clear on your right.
Didn't actually want to overtake him, but with the hot lap mode it's just too easy. You know what? Let's just go for it. We have 13 laps to go. I'll try to put a gap between me and the guy. And then hopefully I can afford a pit stop in either
Car on
case,
your left.
whether he is pitting again or not.
Hold your line. Clear left. Careful, car on your left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. All right. All clear on the
But
right.
I will have to put it,
Clear right.
I'll have to gain quite a gap though, and that's probably not gonna be possible. Unless he gets stuck in traffic.
You've just done a 123.32. Well done, George. This is great. Come on, keep nailing those exits. You're leading.
How's my fuel?
We estimate 12 laps remaining on this tank. 1.2 litres per lap. Fuel is tight. You might need to save some fuel to get to the end.
I'm trying. Short shifting, lifting and coasting. Oh, don't get on the grass. So easy to spin up on the grass here.
We've been warned about track limits.
Careful, car on your right. Clear right. Car on your right. All clear on the right. Car on your
Yes,
right.
Thomas, this does look pretty good.
Hold your line.
Indeed.
Clear on your right.
Sometimes the curbs look a bit weird when they're half covered in shadow and half lit from the headlights, but overall looks pretty sick, this combo here at night. No chance. The guy behind us. Oh, he is pitting. But there is also Campison in the Rebellion now on P2. He's only 5 seconds behind too, and I don't know if he is pitting. I think I'll just lift and coast and hope for the best. That I'll be able to finish without a pit stop. Ten laps to go.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Who is that? That looked like another Toyota there. In turn 1. This is crazy. I will finish the race with very little fuel left in my tank, I think. If I even can make it. I'm short shifting as hell now. Trying to avoid the other stop because I don't know what the guys behind me are doing. How's my fuel?
Should be about 9 laps of fuel left. 1.2 litres per lap. We will need to add 2 litres to get to the end.
Fuck, I don't think I'll make it without a stop.
Yellow flag, caution.
Hello Dookie, thank you. Final 9 laps. But man, It sounds like I'll have to pit again. Who's the guy behind me?
Say again.
Who's the driver behind me?
We haven't got that data.
Okay, never mind then. That would be quite ironic if the rebellion would win the race. Yeah. Doesn't have the data, the crew chief. How's my fuel?
We estimate 8 laps of fuel remaining, 1.2 litres per lap. It looks like we'll need to add 2 litres to get to the end.
2 goddamn liters.
Yellow flag, caution.
Can I switch to a full electric mode in this hybrid? Let's see, if I switch to a lower MG UK mode, do I also consume less fuel? I don't think so. Tow truck mod? What's that?
All right. Hold your line. Clear on your right.
Ooh, that was a tight one. I think he was still on the inside there. I wish they made a safety car mod. That would be awesome. Oh, you mean the tow truck mod to get rid of the stranded AIs? That would be nice, yeah. That is true, that is true.
All right.
Yeah, this car is super easy to drive. Most of the cars in Assetto Corsa are super easy to drive, in my opinion. 8.9 liters left. That does look like a Toyota there in turn 1, doesn't it? Pit and dash, yeah, but there's the guy behind me is only 3 seconds behind me. But I think he has to pit again as well. I hope so at least, otherwise we'll give away the victory like that.
Careful, car on your right. All clear on the right.
Oh,
On your left.
risky biscuit.
Your left. You're clear left.
Ah, George, come on, track limits.
Easy car. on your
Yeah,
right.
crew chief, sorry, but I had nowhere to go. Yeah, I was trying to lift and coast and short shift to save fuel, but it didn't really do much.
Left side. Clear on the left side.
I wish I had the engine mapping and could just change the fuel mix. Ach, Georg. Ach, Georg, ach. He does say sometimes if I go off track or above track limits, he says, "Oh, George, I'm disappointed." Track limits. .5 liters left. 6 laps to go. Come on, please pit Campisan, or whatever your name is. Oh. This, I've spun here so many times during my tests.
Keep it between the lines.
Didn't want to take any risks. If you get 2 tires or 1 tire on the grass, it's an insta spin, no chance to correct it.
On your left.
feel like in real life you can abuse the grass a little bit more than in Assetto Corsa. Wow, the guy has really caught up now. This is amazing, guys. After 94 laps,
On your right.
2 hours of racing,
Right. On your right.
P1 and 2 are split by 1.5 seconds. Good stuff, good stuff. And then of course we have this unsolved question above our heads with the pit stop. But I guess we'll just have to. We have to pit. Otherwise we'll run out of fuel. I hope I don't lose more than one place because of my pit stop, if at all. My biggest hope is that he has to pit as well.
Car on your left.
That would make sense, because why wouldn't he if I have to?
Still there.
I mean, he is
On the left. Car on your right.
driving a Rebellion, aka one of the URD cars. I don't know how their physics work, I haven't driven them. How big their fuel capacity is. They might just be a little bit larger than mine. Not really much less FPS, no, during nighttime. I think the biggest bottleneck is the CPU in Assetto Corsa, and with 29 AIs, I think that is the biggest problem.
Got about 4 laps of fuel
All
left.
the shaders and effects, I don't think that is a problem for my system. What's really getting the frames down is the amount of AIs that I'm running, and the fact that I'm streaming as well. And those are all CPU related things. Yeah. But your stream usually looks pretty good. I mean, looks great. Wonder, are you using a streaming PC as well? Next to the gaming PC, or is it just one PC setup? Because I'm using a streaming PC now. And the only problem I really have is that sometimes the audio gets out of sync.
All right. Clear
Because
on
I'm
your
using the NDI plugin for OBS. So all the stuff is transferred over the network to the streaming PC. It's not as an optimal solution as a capture card, I guess.
right. Clear on your right.
And the fact that I still have to have run OBS in the background here, even if it's not encoding, it still takes 5% CPU. Okay, we have got 4 liters left. And we got 3 laps to go. Can we make it or not? Oh, did the guy behind me pit? No, he didn't. How's my fuel?
Should be about 3 laps remaining on this tank. 1.2 litres per lap. We estimate we're going to need to add 2 litres to get to the end.
But we only have 3 laps to go. What are you talking about?
On your right. All clear on the right.
Yeah, Seoul in general is quite heavy. But if you're just running 10 cars, I don't think if you have a good system, you don't have any problems with it. Oh, you only have one PC, okay. Well, for that, I have to say your stream looks good. Hey, caramba. 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go now. I think we can make it, guys. He said 1.2 liters per lap, right? I don't think we have to pit again. We can do this, we can do this. 2 laps to go.
Only 2 more laps of fuel.
Or hang on a second, or is it 3 laps to go? Shit. We are on lap 98 now, so I guess it is 2 more laps. No, 3 more laps. Fuck, I think we have to pit. we are not on lap 99 right now. We are on lap 98, if I read that correctly. I think I got confused about that previously.
Oh no, George, track limits, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy to how that NDI setup works. Even though I'm currently just running the game at 54, 56 FPS, not quite 60, but close enough. It is 3 laps, yeah. God damn it, I have to pit. So close though.
Left.
Oh my goodness.
The stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines.
God damn it, 1.9 liters. I have to come in, not this lap, but next lap. This is crazy, guys.
2 to go. Come on, you're the man. This is the last lap of fuel.
Drama. This is endurance racing, guys.
In this lap, box this lap.
Crazy. We're gonna put in 2 liters. It's gonna be a short stop, but well, I'm trying, but I'm already down to 1.2 liters. And that's what we consume per lap. I don't think there's any way, either way I can't risk it at this point. I mean, I could, if I coast. Yes, you're right, don't need tires. Yeah,
1 litre
no
remaining.
change. I can't risk it. Even if I would coast like a crazy person. Okay, this is gonna be awkward. I have to come into pits. Don't hit me, please. Okay, thank you. I think he is going in the pits as well, isn't he? No, I wish. I wish he would have.
Watch your speed. Okay, George, should be coming out into clear air. We expect to exit the pits in position 3. 1 more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
What a race, guys. Hello, BS. 4BS.
The pit exit's clear. Push. Get first place
Thanks for
here.
the sub. Oh boy, is that the guy ahead of us? Yeah. Okay, we can overtake Montero die. Come on, come on. Don't go wide here, don't go wide. Oh man, this reminds me of Formula 1, Brazil, Hamilton and Massa. What was that, 2008?
2 litres remaining.
Braking extremely late, there's not much time. Only 2 more corners. We are on hot lap mode, but is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. No. Come on, push power. Is that Glock? Yes, it is Glock! Oh, come on, look how close. Look how close this is. Wind slipstream. It's not close enough.
Great drive, that's a podium.
Oh my god. Podium finish.
Left side. On the left side.
Wow. That was... What a finish, guys. Such a shame that the AI strategy is so unpredictable. But man, it made for a good drama, that's for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. Thanks everyone. Thanks Billy. Thanks Dookie. Amazing. Thanks Ian. Appreciate it. So close. Amazing. What a finish. That was amazing. Gosh. I probably could have, if I had lifted and coasted much more. I probably could have made it with one step. Thanks Cruz, thanks Racing, Andy, thank you. Man, I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this. So expect more of these races to come. We'll head to Sebring next for sure. And yeah, and then we'll just try and follow the season as much as we can in IMSA and also in WEC, and probably doing some Asian Le Mans series as well, as I said earlier. Crazy. What is this? These are the results, yeah. Can I see the replay? Somewhere? This looks like a replay. Oh no, it isn't. But we can load the replay from in here. Let's do that. Yeah, I did my own AI line because the one that came with the track had an issue in the after the Senna S. On the exit of the Senna S, the cars were going super slow. So I corrected that. Also, the AI was crashing in the last corner on the inside. They were going too close on the pit wall, which is the line that the Formula 1 takes usually, but the AI couldn't handle it that well. So I made a new AI line, which is actually super easy to do. Just launch the AI app, do a decent lap, and then save that. It'll create some files that you don't have to rename, and that's done. So that was super easy. I haven't bothered doing any of the... What is that replay? That's not the right replay, is it? That's weird. And yeah, some of the track banners I've modified as well because they were all Formula 1 related, and I've replaced them with the WEC style banners. Does it look like qualifying? Yeah, probably it is. It is, yeah. Cool stuff, cool stuff. You could have gotten P2 by manually overriding the MG UK deployment to the line. Well, doesn't the MG UK deployment only use battery engine? That doesn't really change your fuel consumption, does it? Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna sit here and watch much of the replay anyway. We could watch the last lap, but for some reason the content manager just gave me the option to load this one here. I think I have automatic saving replays off, so either way, this was super fun, guys. Appreciate the like on this video if you enjoyed it as well, and as I said, we'll do more of these, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that, and then I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, goodbye.